Hey guys, welcome to video number 2. You must have enjoyed the first one because you came back, but this one's going to be focused on church demographically driven multiplication. Within me, I am passionate and love this version because I believe this to be the best way to launch a new campus because you're going where God has already given you influence. Influence is such a tangible thing when you can see it impacting the lives of people that you're already serving. And so I believe that when God's given us or already given us influence in certain areas or community, we just need to tap into it, which I think helps and makes for a successful launch. Starting with your attendees, I believe leads to something that you will see so profound and so great. Now, again, this is my opinion. I enjoy it, and this is the way we're launching our next campus at New Life. And so number one, when thinking about launching demographically driven, I want you to choose a location where you already have interest. And so what I mean by that is there are people in your church already, in communities that are looking for you to do more in their areas. And so for us, it's just finding those people. Number two, establish a good giving base for the location of attendees already in the community. And so what I mean by that is when you choose to go this route, you can find those who are already in that community, already giving, and now you know, man, we're establishing a foundation of giving before we even start. Number three, build a strong campus lead team who live in the community. When you choose an area where you already have people, now you're only looking through people's information and leaders that are already serving, and you're saying, man, I can fill key roles with those who are already in that community. Now, one of my favorite things when going this route, demographically driven, is you actually establish life groups that can be placed there before you even get to interest meetings. And so we have a campus right now where I'm getting ready to start life groups, and we're not looking to launch it, that campus for another year, but because we already have people there, I can now establish life groups. And once I establish life groups, those are going to be the areas where you can establish interest meetings for the community. So that's number 4. Number 5 is establish life groups that start with the mindset that they're going to be moving to interest groups when we're ready to launch the next campus. Now, this is important because the heart of interest groups is where people are going out and inviting their friends and family members to this interest meeting. And if it's at their house, it's a little bit easier for people to say, man, I'd love to come and be a part of that. Number 6, determine a target launch size based on current attendees and those you already have at that church. And so that's really cool. And one of my favorite things about launching demographically driven, because now I'm able to look at all the people that are in that community and say, man, to my board and to our team, man, how can we dream? Not just dream where we're just throwing a random number out there, but let's just say you already have 500 or 600 people in that community, or maybe 1,000 who have checked out your church. Now you can start targeting it. Man, we've got a number. How much of that number do we want to get? And so I love that. And then here's one that's a little bit different. And this has to do with the back end. So if you're using Fellowship One or Planning Center, but it's creating people lists. Now, creating these people lists gives you the ability to now take a group of people for certain reasons, specific reasons, and establish certain groups of people. So like one, you can establish tithers and givers, just knowing who's that community that's already there, that's already given to our church. Number 2, with consistent attendees. So you can find those who are already consistently attending the church. Number 3, those who are your holiday attenders. Now, we all know that we've got people in our churches that are holiday attenders. But the great thing about that are those are the people that, you know, man, I'm going to market to these people when I'm launching for Easter, or I'm doing a big launch, or I'm doing Christmas. I've got a group of people that I can go to say, hey, you know, you only show up once or twice a year, but you can capitalize on marketing to those people as you're launching the new campus. And then the next one is those who have only come once or twice. Now, we all have those people that have shown up once or twice, and that's like prime real estate for you to market to them when you're launching this next campus. Because when you do that, those, you know, just basic marketing, those who have already shown interest in your church or in your product, those are great people to go back to. And so I'd encourage you to go back to that. And then use all of that information for marketing lists, interest meeting invite lists, servers lists, establish address-driven interest meeting locations. That's another one that we can go far into. But one of the things that I'm doing with this thought of interest-driven meeting locations is actually taking people who are near the same address and saying, hey, we're going to put all of you together and try to establish interest meetings that way. But that's the end of video number 2. Hopefully with all that information, you agree with me. This is the best way to launch, but encouraging you with this, there's multiple ways to do it. That's just my favorite. See you in the next video.